Every woman longs for a man to touch them in these 7 points. There are 7 points on the female body that are highly sensitive for a woman, and very few men know how to use them to their advantage. Knowing these points can help you create an atmosphere charged with anticipation and desire in any woman, making her feel very attracted to you. Pay close attention, especially to the last 3 points, which will make a woman unable to resist having a more intimate experience with you. I will also give you an extra tip at the end of the video that drives women crazy, which very few men know. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you liked the video. You can help me continue spreading the Stoic philosophy. If you are not subscribed, I recommend you subscribe and activate the bell to avoid missing any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment with a number 1. If you don't, please comment with a number 2 to let me know so I can make better videos in the future. Number 1, the palms of the hands become a strategic area for stimulating desire and attraction in a subtle but effective manner. By taking her hand, you are establishing a physical connection that transcends words. This gesture, which is loaded with emotional meaning, can convey a wide range of emotions, from interest and attraction to support and safety. It is critical to approach this movement with delicacy and confidence, conveying security in every contact. Showing insecurity will ruin the moment. Holding her hand creates an intimate bond, which can make you both feel more emotionally connected. This is an effective way to show affection and establish a deeper level of intimacy. During an intimate conversation, you can gently take her hand while sharing a meaningful moment or while walking together. Maintaining eye contact and a calm smile while doing so reinforces the emotional connection and the feeling of closeness. Additionally, by feeling the temperature and texture of her hands, you can perceive her emotional responses and adjust your approach accordingly. Number 2, the nape, which many men overlook, can be a valuable resource for increasing intimacy and passion. A massage on the nape can not only relieve physical tension, but also elicit pleasurable and anticipatory feelings in a woman. It is critical to approach this action gently and respectfully, conveying care and attention with each movement. During the encounter, approach her from behind and begin gently caressing her nape with the tips of your fingers. You can explore this area using delicate and circular movements while watching how she reacts and her breathing deepens. This indirect physical contact can send signals of desire and emotional connection, increasing the chemistry and magnetism between you. Touching the nape can be a powerful tool to intensify intimacy and create an atmosphere charged with passion and anticipation. Number 3, another aspect that many men overlook is the lower back. When you touch this area, you provide both physical and emotional support. It is a way to make her feel safe and supported, which fosters a sense of trust and intimacy. This elicits feelings of desire and attraction in a woman. For example, during a moment together, you can approach her from behind and gently place your hand on her lower back. This gesture conveys a sense of protection and care, which can elicit strong emotions and foster a more intimate bond between you. Maintain the contact delicately and respectfully, letting the touch be suggestive enough to generate anticipation, but subtle enough to maintain the mystery and intrigue. This will undoubtedly make her very nervous. Always remember to read the signals she is sending you and be attentive to her comfort and receptivity. Touching the lower back can be a powerful tool to create an atmosphere charged with anticipation and desire. Number 4. Another part of a woman's body that she wishes to be cared for is her hair. Caressing her hair is not only a simple gesture, but it also generates stimulating sensations throughout her body. This simple, natural act can make her feel pampered and special in an instant. You can do this by approaching her gently and beginning to slide your fingers through her hair, caressing it delicately. Observe how she reacts to your touch. She may sigh, relax, or tilt her head slightly to allow you more access. This intimate gesture can establish an instant connection between you, gradually increasing intimacy and passion. Touching the hair can be a powerful way to awaken deep sensations and emotions, establishing a deeper and more stimulating connection between both. Number 5. We've arrived at the final 3 points, so pay close attention because these are the most effective for establishing the intense emotional connection you seek with that special woman. The back of the knees is a delicate area that is frequently overlooked, but it is an important point for cultivating an atmosphere of complicity and seduction. A gentle massage in this area can elicit unexpected sensations and add depth to the intimate experience. The recommended technique is to gently stroke the back of her knees with your fingertips. This seemingly innocent gesture can gently arouse her sensitivity, eliciting a physical and emotional reaction. It is crucial to maintain a delicate and respectful touch, letting the massage be suggestive enough to generate an atmosphere charged with desire, but gentle enough to maintain the mystery and anticipation. Pay attention to her signals of comfort and receptivity, and be willing to adapt your approach as necessary. A massage on the back of the knees is a powerful tool to intensify intimacy and create a deeper and more exciting connection between you. Number 6. The feet are a highly sensitive area of a woman's body, special for awakening stimulating sensations subtly and effectively. Massaging her feet is not only a gesture of care and attention, but also a way to show affection and appreciation towards her. Most men do not know this secret, but you can generate desire and attraction in a woman by gently caressing her feet with your hands, applying firm but gentle pressure. This gesture can make her feel pampered and loved, and it can also help her relax and release the accumulated tension of the day. As you massage her feet, observe how she responds. She may sigh in relief, relax even more in your arms, or look at you with a grateful and affectionate expression. These are signs that you are doing something right and that your touch is being appreciated. Massaging the feet can be a very powerful way to increase emotional connection and intimacy between you, creating an atmosphere charged with passion and desire. Number 7. Finally, there are the earlobes, which are highly sensitive and can be used strategically to elicit a sense of deep connection. Because the ear contains so many nerves, gently nibbling this area can cause electric and gratifying sensations. To accomplish this, approach her slowly and begin kissing her earlobes gently and playful. Experiment with different techniques to stimulate her earlobes and see what she prefers. Soft kisses, delicate nibbles, or even provocative whispers near her ear can help you build tension between you two. Playing with your earlobes can help to deepen your emotional connection and intimacy, creating an atmosphere of desire and passion. Here's an extra fact. Performing these acts on her left ear can generate an even more stimulating sensation. To summarize, understanding and effectively using the 7 sensitive points on a woman's body can significantly improve intimacy, desire, and emotional connection in any relationship. These points, which are frequently overlooked or underutilized by men, hold the key to eliciting profound sensations and fostering a stronger bond with their partner. Beginning with the palms of the hands, simply holding her hand can convey a wide range of emotions, from attraction to security. A gentle massage on the nape can relieve tension and elicit pleasurable sensations, enhancing the chemistry between partners. Similarly, touching the lower back signifies not just physical support, but emotional reassurance, creating an atmosphere of trust and closeness. Caressing her hair is more than a gesture, it's an intimate connection that can make her feel cherished and special. Moving to the back of the knees, a subtle massage can ignite unexpected reactions, adding an extra layer of intimacy to the encounter. Massaging her feet, often neglected, can demonstrate care and affection, leading to a deeper emotional connection. Finally, the earlobes, a highly sensitive area, can provoke profound sensations when kissed or nibbled. Understanding these points and their significance can lead to moments charged with desire and passion, strengthening the emotional bond between partners. By paying attention to her responses and adjusting your approach accordingly, you can create an environment where both partners feel understood, appreciated, and deeply connected. These gestures go beyond physical touch. They speak to the emotional needs and desires of a woman, fostering a sense of intimacy and belonging. Incorporating these techniques into your interactions can transform ordinary moments into unforgettable experiences, solidifying the foundation of your relationship. Now, tell me in the comments, did you already know about women's secrets and sensitive points? If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe today and join us. Thank you for your attention. Until next time.
The most difficult obstacle for older men is their fear that a younger woman will not be interested in them because of the age difference, or that there are plenty of younger and more sexy men out there for these women. If you're having doubts that are preventing you from flirting with all of these hot and sexy young women, you're at a loss. There are many younger women who fantasize about older men. In this video, I'll show you 7 ways to flirt with younger women, from the first interaction to the first kiss, regardless of whether you're in your late 40s, 50s, or early 60s. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you liked the video. You can help me continue spreading the Stoic philosophy. If you are not subscribed, I recommend you subscribe and activate the bell to avoid missing any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment with a number 1. If you don't, please comment with a number 2 to let me know so I can make better videos in the future. 1. Be genuine and non-pushy. A sociable woman interacts with an average of 8 to 10 men per day, and on social media, she receives dozens and hundreds of compliments on her appearance, clothes, hair, nail polish, and so on. There is a common saying, "Yeah, hey, you're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen on this planet." If you want to stand out from the other 8 or 10 guys, never compliment her on her appearance or material possessions. This cheap and creepy method of flirting is a major turnoff for any woman. If you're an older guy, you should flirt in a genuine, non-pushy manner. You can compliment her hobbies, her career choices, her intelligence, the books she reads, or the things she wants to accomplish in her life. For instance, if she is reading a book, you can say, "Hey, it's nice to see you're reading The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. It's one of my favorites too. What do you think about Santiago's journey?" Or you can appreciate her intellect and curiosity by saying, "Your insights during our conversation are refreshing." It's rare to find someone who thinks deeply about life. What other topics intrigue you? This demonstrates that you value her mind. Asking a question at the end opens a new loop for your conversation, and the more you talk to each other, the more you build an emotional connection. An emotional connection is everything for you to get closer and start flirting with each other. This should be done in a lighthearted and playful way, with a gentle smile on your face. When you do this, you really fulfill her expectations and show that you're not like every other cheap or creepy old man. 2. Show maturity. What if a younger woman says, "Oh, you look older than my father"? What would your response be? Pause this video for a while and think. Many older men here try to justify why they are so much older, or they say, "Yes, I'm old, but I look young, healthy, and energetic. I wear modern clothes, and blah, blah, blah." Do you really think she's interested in you after hearing that answer? 99% of the time, of course not. Now listen carefully to what happens when you answer, "Yes, I'm old, that's why I've been to so many places, and now I'm lost. Can you show me the way to your heart?" What were you doing when you said that sentence? You didn't react like a teenager, you didn't judge to justify your age, and most importantly, you used your mind and gave a mature answer that showed her you were interested in her. You don't really care about your age. Listen, if a younger woman approaches you, it is primarily due to your maturity, willingness to communicate, and approach to various life issues. It's not as if being labeled older means you're not mature. You certainly are. The problem is that you are uncertain. You set aside your maturity and focus on other things like six-pack abs, a sexy body, a younger appearance, glowing skin, and so on. However, these are not your strengths. These characteristics are commonly found in young men or men in their 20s. If a younger woman needed those things, she would never have been attracted to you. You've spent decades in your life. You've experienced ups and downs. You've mastered many situations. you've made difficult decisions. That makes you the best choice for her. The solution to this problem is that you need to believe in your strengths. You have to see yourself as the best choice for her because she needs a sensible, experienced, and mature man, and you have all these qualities. You have to take the first step to flirt with her. When you are 100% confident and secure, only then can you move forward and get closer to her. 3. Dominate her. When you interact with a woman, you must maintain control of the situation, because she does not want you to behave like a teenager who does whatever his mother teaches him or who frequently reacts and justifies himself when someone questions him. If you let her dominate you or act inferior in front of her, she'll believe you're still a boy. Remember that you can be a man at 22 and a boy at 45. The only distinction is your maturity, intelligence, and confidence. Acting boyish is an immediate turn-off. A younger man is still figuring out life, while you have already done that. That's the reason she chose you. You have that silent and dominating charisma to deal with life with your intellect, being all cool and calm. You have that silent, commanding presence that turns her on. So whenever she is with you, she should feel your commanding presence, your authority, and your masculine power. She must feel you own her like your precious thing. 4. Be the boss in the playing field of love. Being the boss in love means not constantly asking her where she wants to eat, what to buy, or when she wants to hang out with her friends. This is a sign of low self-confidence and indicates that you are incapable of making major decisions in life. Women like it when men make decisions for them. When you're sitting together, try to flirt with her by teasing her and complimenting her. Remember, I told you at the start of the video not to compliment her appearance. That isn't appropriate for every situation. Once you've got her attention and you've gotten closer, you can give her appreciation for what she wears. Imagine you're sitting together talking, and you get closer to her. Take her in your arms and start running your fingers through her hair and say, if your hair was a song, it would be a melody that lingers hauntingly beautiful. This is about taking the initiative, whether it's inviting her on a night out, having romantic conversations, kissing her, or swapping positions in bed. You must be the boss and decide. 5. Create opportunities for interaction. You can meet a younger woman at work, the gym, or around your neighborhood. If you believe she is interested in you and want to flirt, create opportunities for interaction. You should find ways to spend time with her, such as inviting her to a cafe, going for a walk, or attending an event. When you leave, be chivalrous by holding the door open for her, offering your coat, or setting out a chair for the younger lady. The goal is to provide opportunities for deeper connections. Even if you are a dominant and charismatic man, you must not forget the little things, such as her favorite coffee, her birthday, and suggesting a new place to eat that suits her interests. If you do all this, even though you are older and bigger than her, she will be crazy about you. 6. Discuss your experiences. Flirting often begins with common interests. An older man always has a lot to talk about, whether it's his hobbies, movies, books, or his personal life. You should discuss your life experiences to come up with ways to flirt with her while also being funny. What if you said, I have many good memories in my life. I've even been to heaven, and as I was leaving, I saw you among the beauties of heaven. How did you get here? That's a great, playful, and flirty start. And now you can tell her about your beautiful life memories, amazing experiences, and incredible places you visited that are relevant to her interests. Or, if she loves art and museums, you can say, I've been to different museums in my life, but only now have I realized what real art looks like. This is a good pickup line that you can use on your next date. If she sees you talking about her favorite things, she's more likely to be attracted to you and share her experiences with you as well. 7. Go for the first kiss. If you share common ground and feel at ease with her, You can flirt with subtle touches, maintain eye contact, and lean forward during the conversation. To turn her on, place your arm on her shoulders and gently tap it with your fingers. When you feel she is comfortable and willing, you can approach her while holding her in your arms and touching her leg. Then you can kiss her while talking romantically, praising her lips, and gazing directly into her eyes and lips. You've successfully flirted and won over a woman younger than you. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this content helpful and insightful, please consider leaving a comment, liking, sharing, and subscribing to our YouTube channel for more resources on personal growth and development. Your support allows us to continue creating content that empowers individuals to thrive in their relationships and personal lives. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to hearing from you.
The more you reveal your pain, the more people may want to hurt you. Although it does not always occur, it is common for some people to take pleasure in your suffering or even contribute to it occurring or worsening. Unfortunately, sadism and envy are common behaviors that can stifle personal growth in a variety of settings, including work, a circle of friends, and even family. As a result, learning not to show your weak point can become your strong point. Consider yourself a tree in the middle of a storm. The leaves may flutter and the branches may sway, but the trunk remains firm and firmly planted in the ground. This is the image of silent resilience that we will teach here. We will discuss how you can become even stronger by demonstrating that you are not easily influenced by external internal issues, and how each challenge teaches you to be like the tree. You are not denying the storm by acting as if nothing bothers you. Rather, you're choosing not to let the rain soak you and the wind knock you down. You will learn to be the master of your own fate, firm, strong, and calm in the midst of chaos. In this video, we'll go over 17 Stoic rules from Epicus, a great and well-known philosopher you've probably heard of. Furthermore, I invite you to self-knowledge, where strength comes from the silence of the light that illuminates the path rather than the noise of thunder. As a result, in the coming minutes, concentrate on the content rather than on daily distractions. The first rule is, be prepared to fail, because it is the only way to progress. We do the impossible to avoid being labeled as idiots. Epicus, on the other hand, has a different point of view. According to his philosophy, being considered such is one of the best things that can happen to you because it allows you to grow professionally and personally. The Stoic philosopher reminds us that overcoming is the result of a long path of trial and error, rather than a spontaneous reaction. For it is only through trial and error that we can refine what separates us from excellence. The second rule is, always remember that death is waiting at the end of the road. This is not advice that calls us to pessimism, but to be aware that death is the final destination of all our actions, and especially our efforts. Once we have this in mind, perhaps we will start to evaluate to what extent it is worth spending 20 years of our limited life saving to pay for a house that, as much as it weighs on us, we will not be able to take with us wherever we go once death visits us. Just as we carry in our bag those objects that we consider indispensable for our daily life, such as the phone, credit cards, and our toothbrush, it would greatly benefit us to carry a small notebook with these Stoic principles, because thanks to them, we will no longer see setbacks as misfortunes, nor life as internal time we have at our disposal, but we will acquire a more realistic view of our existence and certainly make better use of our time of life. The third rule is, listen twice as much as you speak. Have you ever considered why nature provided us with 2 ears but only 1 mouth? There is no error or coincidence in this according to Epicus, but rather a clear purpose behind this reality. We are not called to fall in love with our own voice, but rather with the voices of others. We advance in life by learning from others, not by repeating our own speech over and over. So starting today, start paying more attention to what people around you say and less attention to what you've been upholding up to this point. The fourth rule is always prepare for the worst. Believing that unfavorable circumstances await us in the future is one of the leading causes of anxiety and its devastating consequences. We are afraid that our children will drop out of school, that we will be fired, that our spouse will confess to us that they have been having an affair with someone else and will ask for a divorce, or that something else bad will happen to us, such as going bankrupt. The problem is that we fear one of these issues one day and another the next, and so on. Life's path, in addition to reserving good and happy parts for us, also reserves a handful of unavoidable problems. Therefore, we live in permanent stress caused by different stimulation each day. And this is where Epicus comes into the picture. Since his proposal is as drastic as it is effective, he says, "Think that all these things you fear so much have already happened. So what could be worse?" In this way, your spirit will develop coping strategies to move forward with your head held high. The fifth rule is, be aware of the threats of fortune. This wealth that we seek carries a stigma from which few people can escape. And it's not just about the people who will appear out of nowhere to take advantage of our good fortune, such as by pretending to have feelings for us. Money has the power to change people, and not always for the better. Once we have this highly sought-after resource, we have something we did not know we had, and it is from that point that our spirit may begin to poison itself in the face of the loss of moral values. The sixth rule is, guilt is synonymous with plague. Narrow-minded people blame others, ordinary people blame themselves. But the wise see all guilt as foolishness. Thanks to this phrase from Epicus, therapists nowadays have begun to approach guilt as a feeling to be eradicated from our lives. The only way to win the competition against guilt is to refuse to play with it. The problem is that it results in an easy path, since by blaming others or ourselves, we completely absolve ourselves of the responsibility to correct the mistake. Therefore, resorting to it is a temptation that is hard to escape. Only those people driven by a firm determination to overcome are capable of avoiding guilt and still manage to take responsibility for their actions. The seventh rule is, true wealth is found in a contented spirit. Epictetus had his own definition of happiness because of Stoicism, and we can see it in one of his famous quotes. "A wise man is one who does not fret over what he lacks, but rejoices in what he has." This reflection is more than a thought. It is advice to learn to stop feeling afflicted by those riches that are not yet a part of our lives. Because when we allow ourselves to complain and mourn for what we lack, we lose valuable minutes of happiness in which we could be thankful for everything we have accomplished thus far, which is far more than our eyes are trained to appreciate. The eighth rule is, incorporate humility into your life. If you really want to learn something, it is essential that a person learns what they believe they already know. Through this phrase, Epicus calls us to make use of our humility, especially in the realm of learning. Going through life, boasting of the pride of knowledge, distances us more and more from the authentic knowledge that arises from the conviction that we are completely ignorant about what we intend to learn. In this way, we will look at everything through the eyes of a child, which harbor as much capacity for wonder as they do a desire to learn. Rule number 9 is, never forget that your reactions shape your destiny. We should not take our reactions lightly, as they will undoubtedly determine our success or failure. And Epicus was unequivocal about it. He taught us that we cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond to it. Misfortune can strike any of us, but it is what we do when it does that will determine our fate from that point forward. Divorce can mean entering a world of depression and victimization for some people. Epicus, on the other hand, sees it as a golden opportunity to begin the path of self-knowledge. Remember that what happens to you is not as important as what you do with it. Rule number 10 is, make alliances with winning people. It's curious how when someone sneezes next to us, we immediately move away. invaded by the fear that they will infect us. However, we are not so cautious to avoid one of the most lethal contagions we are exposed to daily. Epicus left us a wise piece of advice about this. Surround ourselves with people who make us want to give our best, because people's behavior greatly influences our state of mind. There are people who drain our energy and ruin our day, while others leave us full of joy and vigor. Therefore, one of the smartest decisions we can make is to ally ourselves with those who bring good vibes into our lives, while we say goodbye to those who have the ability to make us regret being born. Rule number 11 is invest in simplicity. Why live frugally when we can surround ourselves with all manner of luxuries nowadays? The answer is much simpler and more logical than you think. Wealth does not sustain itself. It requires commitment and a great deal of daily energy to sustain this system of luxuries and wealth. In contrast, when we choose a simple lifestyle, we remove the stress of having to meet the due dates of bills, loans, and credit cards. Rule number 12 is, always do your duty. Each of us plays an important role in society and the world, and the sun does not require praise or enchantments to rise each morning. But it happens every day, and that's the end of it. As a result, just as every part of nature does its job, we must fulfill our responsibilities. We fail both the environment to which we belong and ourselves if we wait for praise or praise to do our work. If we know what our task is and are aware that others rely on it, it is our moral obligation to complete it without waiting for someone to remind us. Rule number 13 is, stop worrying about things over which you have no control. Your opinion is yours, but not your reputation. You have the desire and zeal for the hunt, but you have no control over the amount of goods you have, or your success. Worrying and becoming irritated about things we cannot control is simply a decision to waste time. According to Epicus, we are called to cultivate those values over which we have control, but it is also our responsibility to let go of what is beyond our control and allow fate to take care of it. Rule number 14 is, do not hate those who hate you. Instead, ignore them. You are much bigger and far more powerful than the person who criticizes, despises, and discriminates against you. So don't waste your time hating that person, because they don't even deserve to be in your thoughts. We are encouraged not to be afraid of people who would harm us, because the noise represents a regrettable attempt to harm us. So ignore it and develop immunity to it. Rule number 15 is, always extract the benefit from things. Whatever happens, it is up to you to take advantage of it or not. These were the words of Epicus. As you can see, it is not about having the option to take the good out of adversity, but that doing so is our duty. As long as there is intelligence in you, there will be the ability to realize the advantages you can take from the situation that has struck you. Imagine that one day you arrive at work to find out you will be fired. Instead of despairing and accusing the universe of being against you, you have the option of venturing into that enterprise you dreamt of, while fulfilling your work schedule alongside people you disliked. Therefore, always try to look for the positive in a situation, as this movement added up throughout your life will certainly take you further than just lamenting. Rule number 16 is, when you allow the comments and attitudes of others to bother you, you are handing over control of your life. Any person capable of making you angry becomes your master. However, that person can only make you angry when you allow yourself to be disturbed by them. Epictetus makes us understand that there are many keys within us, and some lead us to happiness, while others lead us directly to emotional ruin. And it is precisely this last key that we hand over to those who make us angry. The solution to this problem is to put up a barrier that prevents us from being affected by the attitudes of others. Because definitely each one is the owner of what they say, and also of what they decide to listen to. Rule number 17 is, friendship is more important than wealth. Genuine friends are true wealth because they will be there to support us if our material fortune fades. As a result, if you devote yourself to cultivating genuine friendships, you will be making a very profitable long-term investment. In addition to being incredibly useful for everyday life, Stoic principles are teachings that can help us navigate bad times with interest and resilience. As there is no place in their philosophy for fantasizing, but only for applying what is learned and moving forward. I hope you liked the video, and since you've made it to the end, leave a like and a comment. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. See you soon. Imagine stepping into a world where your kindness is seen not as a virtue but a weakness, where your generosity is exploited, and your compassion becomes a tool in the hands of others to manipulate and control you. This isn't a dystopian fiction. It's a stark reality for many who practice unguarded kindness. Today, we're delving into the Stoic perspective on kindness and exploring the 10 ways how excessive kindness can actually ruin your life. 1. The loss of respect. Consider this simple example to illustrate the loss of respect from excessive kindness. Imagine always lending money to friends without asking when they'll return it. Initially, they might appreciate your generosity, but over time, they begin to expect it. Your kindness has inadvertently taught them that your resources are always available, leading to a lack of appreciation and respect for your financial boundaries. The solution lies in setting clear boundaries. Next time a friend asks for a loan, gently remind them of your policy for repayment or offer alternatives like helping them budget. This approach respects both your resources and maintains the integrity of your relationships. Stoicism teaches us the importance of self-respect and the value of boundaries. By setting these limits, we ensure our kindness is appreciated and respected, not taken for granted. 2. Being overburdened. Visualize yourself as the always available volunteer at your child's school. Your name echoes in every corridor, synonymous with tireless help at bake sales, plays, and field trips. Initially, this involvement brings a sense of accomplishment, but soon the toll becomes evident. Your personal time shrinks, your energy wanes, and your hobbies, once a source of joy, now sit in neglect. This is the classic trap of overextending oneself in the spirit of kindness. Stoicism, with its emphasis on balance and inner tranquility, teaches us to avoid such extremes. It's essential to strike a harmonious balance between assisting others and nurturing our own needs. Reflect on the activities that align with your passions and bring genuine fulfillment. Prioritize these and allow yourself to step back from the rest. Embracing the Stoic principle of moderation, begin to practice saying no with grace and conviction. This is not about withdrawing your support, but about redistributing your energy more wisely. By selectively engaging in activities that resonate with you, your contributions become more impactful, and your personal well-being remains intact. This balanced approach ensures that your kindness is a sustainable gift to your community and to yourself. 3. Exploitation by others. Consider the friend who always calls you for favors, never for a casual chat. You help, but it feels one-sided. Stoicism reminds us to be discerning. It's time to have an honest conversation with your friend. Set clear expectations about your willingness to help and observe if the relationship balances or remains lopsided. This approach will help you invest your kindness where it's valued and not exploited. 4. Loss of personal goals and ambitions. Imagine having dreams like mastering a new language or starting a business. These goals are part of who you are, yet they're sidelined by your constant help to others. Your time is spent on friends' needs and family requests, leaving little for your ambitions. Here's where Stoicism's emphasis on personal growth becomes vital. It teaches us to value our development as much as we value helping others. It's time to recalibrate your priorities. Start by scheduling specific time for your goals, treating them with the same seriousness as your commitments to others. This isn't selfishness, it's essential for your growth. By allotting dedicated time for your ambitions, you honor your aspirations while maintaining your supportive role. This balanced approach ensures you nurture your dreams without neglecting others, leading to a more fulfilling life. If you made it this far, feel free to like and subscribe so you won't miss any videos in the future. 5. Emotional exhaustion. Imagine always being the shoulder to cry on, the problem solver. While you're there for everyone who's there for you, you feel emotionally drained. Stoicism teaches the importance of emotional resilience. Start setting emotional boundaries. It's okay to offer support, but not at the cost of your emotional health. Practice self-care routines to recharge your emotional batteries. 6. Being perceived as inauthentic. When you constantly say yes when you want to say no, it can lead others to question your sincerity. This habit of being overly accommodating, while often well-intentioned, may result in a perception of inauthenticity. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy valuing wisdom and self-control, encourages authenticity. It suggests that being true to your feelings and openly expressing your genuine thoughts and opinions is not just about self-honesty, but also about cultivating respect and trust from others. Authenticity, according to Stoicism, aligns your actions with your inner values, leading to a more fulfilling life. This approach is not only liberating, but also builds stronger, more honest relationships. While it might be challenging initially to express your true feelings, especially when they go against the grain, this honesty can bring a sense of peace and clarity. It removes pretense, allowing for deeper connections. Ultimately, embracing authenticity brings both personal peace and enhances your relationships. It shows strength of character and earns respect from those around you. In a world where sincerity is rare, choosing to be genuine is both revolutionary and deeply rewarding. 7. The development of resentment. When you're consistently compromising your preferences to accommodate others, it can lead to a buildup of resentment. Continually setting aside your desires or choices for the sake of others might seem selfless, but it often comes at the cost of your own well-being. Stoicism, a philosophy grounded in mastering control over one's emotions, cautions against harboring such negative feelings. It emphasizes the importance of acknowledging and addressing them before they escalate. The Stoic approach encourages you to start voicing your preferences and assertively stand your ground in decision-making processes. This doesn't mean becoming inflexible or uncooperative, but rather finding a fair balance between your needs and those of others. It's about establishing boundaries that allow you to maintain your integrity and self-respect, while still being considerate of others' needs. Initiating this change might be challenging, especially if you're used to always yielding. However, it's essential for your emotional health and personal growth. By expressing your true preferences and participating actively in decision-making, you not only alleviate feelings of resentment, but also foster healthier, more balanced relationships. Remember, finding harmony between your needs and the needs of others is key to personal contentment and emotional well-being. 8. Financial strain. Imagine being the person everyone turns to for financial help. Whether it's a friend short on rent or a relative facing unexpected bills, you're always ready to assist. It feels good to be so generous, to be the one who can always be counted on. However, over time, this generosity starts to impact your own finances. Your savings are not growing. They might even be shrinking. You find yourself hesitating before checking your bank balance, a clear sign that your financial health is suffering due to your constant generosity. This is where the wisdom of Stoicism can guide you. Stoics believed in living a life of moderation, including how we handle our finances. They taught that helping others is noble, but not at the cost of our own stability. It's time to apply this wisdom to your life. Start by assessing your financial situation and setting a budget for charitable giving and personal loans. This isn't about stopping your generosity, but about managing it wisely. When friends or family ask for financial aid, consider offering support in non-monetary ways, like giving advice or helping them to budget. If you do lend money, make it clear it's within your means and set terms for repayment. By practicing this Stoic principle of moderation, you can maintain your generous spirit without putting your financial future at risk. This balanced approach ensures that your kindness is a sustainable part of your life, not a source of personal strain. 9. Neglecting close relationships. In the pursuit of kindness and benevolence towards everyone, there is a risk of inadvertently neglecting the very relationships that form the cornerstone of our lives. Stoicism, a philosophy rooted in practical wisdom, emphasizes the significance of nurturing deep and meaningful connections with those closest to us. It is vital to remember that while extending kindness to all is commendable, Our closest relationships, those with family and dear friends, deserve our utmost attention and care. Often in the hustle of daily life and the noble endeavor to be universally kind, we may overlook the needs and importance of those who are consistently present in our lives. These are the individuals who offer unwavering support, understand our deepest fears and joys, and contribute significantly to our personal growth and well-being. Therefore, it is essential to periodically reevaluate our commitments and priorities. Making time for family and close friends is not just a duty, but a nurturing of the bonds that sustain us emotionally and psychologically. This doesn't mean diminishing the kindness we offer to others. Rather, it's about striking a delicate balance. By consciously allocating time and energy to our personal relationships, we enrich our lives and deepen the connections that truly matter. In doing so, we embody the Stoic ideal of living a life that is not only kind, but also profoundly connected and fulfilling. 10. The illusion of control. You believe your kindness can solve everyone's problems, but some situations are beyond your control. Stoicism teaches acceptance of what we can't change. Focus your kindness where it can make a difference and accept that some things are out of your hands. This acceptance will bring you peace and a more effective use of your compassionate efforts. In the Stoic philosophy, kindness must be balanced with wisdom, self-respect, and self-awareness. It's about finding the middle path where kindness is a strength, not a vulnerability. Remember, it's not about diminishing kindness, but about practicing it with discernment and balance. If you liked the video, I would appreciate a like and a comment. If you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe to my channel. See you next time.